get the vibe right here.
Look.
We don't want you too bright.
No.
Nah.
Is that good?
Push it in.
I guess it is. Hi.
Why don't you talk about when you were in Ireland and with Dan Larkin and all that? Oh no! Stop.
Hey. Yeah, I'll do that.
Talk about.
My friend Dan Larkin had Larkins down in Gary Kennedy and just outside Nina in Portrone on Loch Derg when I lived in Ireland. I lived in Castle Loch, part of the old ruin. Really, really cool. And but I became good friends with Dan Larkin. He was in the Scottish Symphony Orchestra, fiddle player. And all these people that I met were big-time musicians, you know. And all of his contemporaries, well, he had Larkin's Pub, and there was a jam there every Thursday night and Tuesday nights and Thursdays. But I think it was Tuesday as well. But they had a play, and then on the weekends they'd have a play. And Dan's place was right on the water, and I took a bunch of photos and stuff, and they still have some of them hanging in the pub, in the bar. But he made his own wine. There was a woman that lived next door, Miss Bridgie, and I did a drawing of hers. But I took her photo one time, and she was gathering her sticks, you see, all down like this, and her hands are all craggled and everything. But she had never been to Dublin. That's only 2 hours away. She had never been out of her surrounding childhood area, home where she grew up, and she had never had her photo taken. And I had a long-range lens. I got real early one morning, and I went over there to Dan's place, because they had all the boats and everything were all sitting there, all the sailboats, and it was right on Loch Derg. What a beautiful lake, and it'd take you right out to the ocean, you know. But she was chopping her sticks, and I went out just to take a bunch of photographs early in the morning, and there she was. And she was all leaned over, and her hands was all like this, and had the axe was over here, and she was gathering up her sticks. And I took a long range, like that. And she said, "The devil will be in you, Bobby. The devil will be in you." Yeah, I said, "You didn't mind me taking your photo, did you?" And that upset her, and she went off, and I heard about that, how upset she was, and so through Dan and them, you know, she lived in the building that his pub was in, and that's like dates back to 14th, 13th century, you know, real old Irish pub, all craggly and, you know, beautiful. But I had a nice big thing made up, framed for her and everything. I thought that would be all right, you know, that'd make her feel better. Well, I gave it to her, and left, and the next day, Dan told me, he said, "You know what she did with her photo there, Bobby?" And I went, "No, what was that?" He said, "She took it out and burned it."
Oh,
yeah. But it was a great time. I mean, playing, and then these guys, there would be a barone, there was a guy playing bones, and Dan and a couple others, fiddle players, and sometimes I'd play the piano, you know, I'd try to do what they were doing. But the pianos are always on the down, you know, not unlike wah-wah, you know. But it was a musical education. The guy with the baron, I mean, it'd be cold outside, you know, snow on the ground. Guy with the baron, she's in front of the fire, you know, because heating it up, you know, it tightens it up, you know. Yeah. And yeah, it was great. And they would all start playing, man. It's just like it was in the flow, you know. They would, without even saying 1, 2, you know. It's just like the thing just started. They started playing. The guy with the bones and stuff. And it's like, I tried to play bones. It ain't easy playing bones. And the whole thing would kick in, and then they would all be playing and playing and playing. And we're like, you know, 15 minutes or more, and they're just in this one mode, and then every one of them at the same time, you know, like 15 minutes into this jig, you know, at the same time they all, and Dan said, well, that's the Morris Minor. You got to look out for the Morris Minor there, Bobby. Yeah, when they hit that Morris Minor, it was like moves you. You know, it was great. What a great friend he was, and I became friends with the whole family, you know. Miss Larkin, she was just lovely, lovely lady and looked after everybody. And his sons, Dan Jr., I believe he played drums. And then his girls all played, you know, I believe one of them named Denise. And they all played, but no, of course now they're all grown with families of their own. That was a long time ago, but wonderful times in my life, and wonderful memories I have of, you know, my friendship with Dan Larkin and drinking mead wine and 2 feet of snow outside, some of his homemade mead wine, and listening to him telling me stories. He's passed away now, but I tell you, he was a bright light in my life at that time.